Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our online discussion. My name is Maria Christine Kim V. De La Cruz, and I will be your discussant for today. Before we proceed, I want you to focus and listen carefully. I want you to ask yourself right now, why do I need to be globally competent? At ano ba ang mga kinakailangan nating gawin para ma-achieve ito? Samahan niyo akong matuto at dumagdag ng panibagong kaalaman ngayong araw. Our topic for today is about curriculum for global competence, knowledge, skills, attitudes, and values. In this topic, we will understand how these four factors contribute to global competence. The last topic of our group was all about the four dimensions of global competence. And did you know that these dimensions are supported by four inseparable factors? And what are these factors? These are the knowledge, skills, attitudes, and values. And these are what we so call the building blocks of global competence. Layo ng curriculum na mas palalimin pa ang pagtuturo sa mga estudyante ng sapat na kaalaman at skills. Sapagkat nais ng curriculum o ng edukasyon na mas maging handa sa kahit anumang hamon at oportunidad sa loob o labas man ng bansa ang bawat mag-aaral. Sabi nga, global competence builds curiosity. Ibig sabihin, mas matututo ang isang tao kung willing siyang alamin ang mga nangyayari sa kanyang paligid at mundo. Kaya mapapansin natin na halos ginagamit na ang IBL at PRBL sa pagtuturo dahil ang mga approach na ito ay mas pinapatatag ang global competence. There are four knowledge domains that the curriculum should focus, and this includes, first, culture and intercultural relations. Kapag sinabi nating culture and intercultural relations, it refers to the integration of individuals from different cultural background. Halimbawa, may mga asignatura sa paaralan na itinuturo ang iba't ibang kultura ng lugar, kagaya ng kanilang wika, paniniwala, pagkain, at maging ang kanilang pananamit. So, the second one is the socio-economic development and interdependence. Ang unemployment and low income are one of the best example of why we should understand socio-economic development and interdependence. Isang halimbawa nito ay ang pagtuturo kung paano maging financial literate. So, it supports innovations and entrepreneurship for economic growth and development. So, isipin nyo, kung lahat ng tao ay financial literate, do you think may maghihirap pa ba? So, kung meron man, may mas madali silang paraan kung paano nila masusolusyonan ang problema, especially when it comes to finance. So, the third one is the environmental sustainability. So, in these knowledge domains, curriculum aims to improve the quality of human life. So, halimbawa nito ay ang pagtuturo on how to avoid the use of plastic bags and start using eco bag. Planting trees to help protect the environment, or even how to recycle items kagaya ng plastic, glass, and even aluminum. The fourth is global institutions, conflicts, and human rights. Ang curriculum ay focus ng curriculum in these domains in order to maintain the peace and order. So, it is because adhering to these human rights and humanitarian law standards can limit the spread of violence. Halimbawa, discrimination, abuse like child and women abuse. So, teaching these four domains should stress on differences in perspective, questioning concepts and arguments. Students can acquire knowledge in this domain by reflecting their own cultural identity and that of their peers by analyzing common stereotypes toward people in their community or by analyzing related cases of cultural conflict. So, mapapansin natin na these four domains of knowledge focuses on teaching students on how to be a responsible citizen. Kasi dito lahat magsisimula ang kanilang pagiging globally competent na individual. Kapag meron silang sapat na kaalaman, magre-reflect na rin ito sa kanilang pag-uugali hanggang sa magkaroon na sila ng sinasabing skills o kakayahan, just like solving problems or applying new literacies in facing cultural conflicts. Acquiring knowledge in this aspect is important in developing values such as peace, respect, non-discrimination, equality, fairness, acceptance, justice, non-violence, and tolerance. So, if these four domains of knowledge are present, magagamit na ng mga estudyante ito in so many aspects of their lives. Halimbawa, sa kanilang trabaho, community, their homes, or even outside their country because this knowledge promotes different literacies and human development. Our next topic will be about the different skills that can be used to understand the world and to take actions. Ngunit bago tayo dumako, nais ko muna kayong tanungin. What are the skills that you have and how do you use it in meaningful ways? Skills to understand the world and to take actions. Unang-una ay global competence. It builds on specific cognitive, communication, and socio-emotional skills. Ang global competence ay ini-equip ang isang individual to move and learning around the world and to make difference in it. So, hindi lang dapat ang estudyante ay natututo, kundi ay ginagamit niya rin ang mga kaalamang ito to face and change the world. So, effective education for global competence gives students the opportunity to mobilize and use their knowledge, attitudes, skills, and values together while sharing ideas on global issues in and outside of the school or interacting with people from different cultural backgrounds. So, competence also equips individual to be ready in challenges they encounter in facing real-life situations. A school community that desires to nurture global competence should focus on clear, controllable, and realizing learning goals. That is why it is suggested that as future facilitator of learning, we should always first present a clear learning goals to our students. One of the example of this is before proceeding to our formal discussion, as teacher, you should always present first your objectives. So, through this, mas magiging madali para sa mga estudyante ang matuto. So, another example dito ay ang halimbawa, sa The Best in Scott, di ba kada Monday convocation ay nire-recite ang vision, mission, which aims or focuses on global competence. The school community must ensure that these goals are clear and can be met. This means engaging all educators to reflect on teaching topics that are globally significant, the types of skills that foster deeper understanding of the world and facilitate respectful interaction in multicultural contexts, and attitude and values that drive autonomous learning and inspirable, responsible action. That's why educators must promote students to use their hats or the so-called higher order thinking skills in every discussion and even under assessment. So, because through this, it would be easier for the learners to face the real conflicts of the world and to be independent. So, mas magiging malawak ang kanilang kaalaman sa iba't ibang aspekto ng mundo, which will help them to learn and at the same time to be a responsible individual who can deal with different problems. So, knowledge about the world and other culture. So, why is it important to have the knowledge about the world? So, global competence is supported by the knowledge of global issues that affects lives locally and around the globe, as well as intercultural knowledge or knowledge about the similarities, differences, and relations among culture. This knowledge helps people to challenge misinformation and stereotypes about other countries and people, and thus result in intolerance and oversimplified representation of the world. So, through global competence, discrimination and stereotyping can be avoided. This can be done through the following strategies. First is perspective taking. It refers to the cognitive and social skills of understanding how other people think and feel. Kapag sinabi nating perspective taking, it is the act of perceiving a situation or understanding a concept from an alternative point of view such as that of the another individual. So, dapat maintindihan natin that not all of us have the same ideas, opinions, or perspective. That's why it is necessary to accept the opinions of others kasi hindi naman tayo pare-pareho ng iniisip at nararamdaman. Next is adaptability. It refers to the ability to adapt systems, thinking, and behaviors to the prevailing cultural environment or to situations and contexts that can present new demands or challenges. Example of adaptability is being flexible in different situations. So, adaptability expands your capacity to handle change no matter how serious it might be. Kinakailangan handa ka na umayon sa sitwasyon. For example, instead of throwing away your energy trying to change your circumstance, you will change yourself right from within, making you thrive in whatever situation you find yourself. Nakapag-iisip ka na ng mga dapat gawin at kailangan solusyon, and you can take new roles and responsibilities. The next is openness, respect for diversity and global-mindedness. So, globally competent behaviors requires an attitude of openness towards people from other cultural backgrounds, an attitude of respect for cultural differences, and an attitude of global-mindedness. So, in order to be globally competent, dapat ay willing tayong malaman at irespeto ang kultura ng ibang tao. We should also avoid discrimination. Isang halimbawa nito ay ang pagdating sa paggawa o pagluluto ng pagkain kagaya ng nakikita natin sa social media. For example, ang mga Indians, kung mapapansin natin, kakaiba ang kanilang pagluluto kaysa sa atin. Pero it doesn't mean na iinsultuhin na natin o kaya ay ikukumpara sa kung ano ang pamamaraan natin dito sa Pilipinas. Such attitudes can be fostered explicitly through participatory and learner-centered teaching, as well as through a curriculum characterized by fair practices and an accommodating school climate for all students. So when we say learner-centered, this approach puts the learner at the center of the learning process. It emphasizes their needs, interests, and goals. The next is openness. Openness toward people from other cultural backgrounds involves sensitivity towards curiosity about and willingness to engage with other people and other perspective on the world. So, being open to other cultures promotes cultural awareness. It allows us to respect various cultures. As a result, people start supporting cultural differences and embrace new ways to get along in society. It also helps people break down all the cultural barriers and integrate respectfully with diverse communities. So, dapat ay sensitive tayo sa opinions at feelings ng iba and must not judge their culture. So, kung may napapansin man tayo nakakaiba sa kanilang kultura ay hayaan na lang natin at wag na lang pansinin. So, respect consists of positive regard for someone based on judgment of intrinsic worth. It assumes the dignity of all human beings and their inalienable right to choose their own affiliation, beliefs, opinions, or practices. So, dapat ay respetuhin natin ang pagkakaiba-iba at ang pagiging iba ng ibang kultura in order to be globally competent. Sabi nga, respect is earned, not given. So, paano ka nga naman talaga rerespetuhin ng iba kung ikaw mismo ay walang respeto? So, halimbawa dito ay sa school natin. So, may pagkakaiba-iba tayo, especially sa wikang ating ginagamit dahil na rin sa pagkakaiba-iba ng ating lugar na pinanggalingan. So, may mga salita na iba ang kahulugan pagdating sa kanila at pagdating sa atin. So, you should accept na iba-iba ang wikang ating ginagamit. Global-mindedness is defined as a worldview in which one sees him or herself connected to the community and feels a sense of responsibility for its members. So, dapat maintindihan natin kung ano ang mga dapat nating gawin bilang isang global citizens o bilang isang parte ng ating community. community. Halimbawa, nasusunod ba natin ang mga norms or policies sa ating lugar o maging sa paaralan. At dito na lamang po nagtatapos ang ating online discussion. Maraming salamat.